Am I still going to have a histology job once I graduate, once I take my test? The answer is always yes. Histology, as long as someone is having a biopsy, there will always be a histotech. Period. So don't worry about getting a job. You're definitely going to get a job. The con of being in Florida and actually going to Kaiser is because the histo program is very, very limited, and that means it's oversaturated, which means that you guys are like crabs in the barrel. You're fighting for a position, like probably at the main local hospitals, like Florida Hospital. I think it's like Florida Hospital, maybe Tampa, some local labs. You are at Quest. You're definitely fighting for a position, which means that they are able to pay you less than, probably what you can make somewhere else. We all have to start somewhere. So if you guys watch my introduction to histology, that's the introduction as far as like me letting you guys know I'm a travel tech, and my very first video to introducing histology onto the platform, you guys would definitely see that Histotechs in Florida, they can probably start out around $20 an hour. Do not let anyone tell you that that's not enough. If you're not making $20 an hour and you go into histology and you are now as a new histotech still learning, and you went from just say $16 to $20 an hour, that's an increase. You have to look at the bigger picture here, because you need to be able to start somewhere. You definitely want to be able to get your foot in the door, get that first job, and be able to learn as much as you can. That way you can elevate and then go on to your next histology lab, period. It's all about growing. It's all about movement. You don't have to stay stagnant. You don't have to make $20 forever. But I'm letting you know that I've been there, and it has paid off. Seriously, it has paid off. If you are thinking about starting the program, I would definitely tell you to check into it. Speak with the school financial advisor, just to see exactly how much the school is going to cost. And another thing too, as far as financial aid, because the school is really expensive, you want to make sure that you dedicate enough time to your program, because whenever you don't pass one of your courses, you have to actually wait that out and wait till the next class actually gets to that part that you didn't pass, and you don't pass micronomy, you fail your quizzes, right? The next students that are in the class behind you, just medical terminology or something, and then once they get from medical terminology and they get to your course, which is just say lab micronomy, you have to wait till that group of students get to where you actually did not pass. That's a bummer, because it could be 3 to 4 months before that class actually get to where you were at, and you're waiting. And plus that's money, because you then have to pay for the course again. And I can't remember how much the course is. That's why I'm always letting you guys know that, if you're thinking about going to Kaiser, just consider the fact that I think the course is maybe like $1,500. I just know it's not community college courses. So it's very imperative that you try your best to pass on the first time. And I probably said this a million times in my video. If you guys been watching my videos, my histology videos, I probably said this a million times. I honestly just retained everything just to get through school to graduate. How my life was, because school was so fast. It was just fast paced, and it was something that I was learning for the first time. I wasn't a biology major. I wasn't someone who loved science, or someone who been in the medical field. It was things that were new to me, and terminology that was new to me, and the concept I had to actually grasp that concept until actually I graduated from school. And then I took my test, I failed my test, and then it took me a minute to actually reteach myself. That's why I say Frida's your mom. How to pass the Ascp, tips on passing the Ascp. That's a good playlist that you guys should definitely check out whenever it's time for you to take the Ascp. So you need to know that book like the back of your hand, because that is when your life changes. School, pass school. If you can understand it, great. But whenever it's time for you to actually study for the Ascp, that's where the bread and butter comes in. That's where you need to make sure it connects, it makes sense. You go back to the school, you practice some more. I did all of that. I would practice micronomy, and then I would go on an interview just so I can be ready to cut, maybe if they ask me to cut some blocks. As far as, I think I pretty much touched on everything. Yeah, your experience is going to be different than mine, but the outcome is going to be well worth it, and you will have a career that you truly love, and that's going to be beneficial for your life, and it's going to change your life. So let's go ahead and go into the next question. Okay, so my next question is, hey, I see that you're a histologist, which is truly amazing. I was wondering what's the starting pay for Histotechs, and also what's your favorite thing to do on the job? How long did you have to go to school? I'm receiving my degree in health science and was kind of interested in the field. Thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions for me or any comments, feel free to leave that in the videos down below. I do these Q&As randomly, so I would definitely love to feature your comment and your question in these videos. And as far as my favorite part of the job, I would definitely have to say special stains. I just did a video on some things that you need to study for whenever it comes to special stains. I'll leave that video right here, pop it up. If you are doing special stains in the lab, if you have the opportunity to do special stains either manually or, you know, automated or both, it's definitely a good opportunity for you guys to experience. Special stains would definitely have to be my favorite because I've embedded and cut things like a million times, and the opportunity to do something different just to, you know, get my brain going and actually do some critical thinking and actually, you know, looking underneath the microscope, making sure everything has stained properly. And also two special stains is one of the biggest portions on your Ascp board certification. So that's really one of the other reasons why it's very important to make sure you study special stains, because special stains is the largest portion, or one of the largest portion when it comes to passing the BOC. Whenever you start to do special stains, it is just like I said before, a lot of critical thinking. It keeps you on your feet. It's sort of like whenever I did Mo's and Frozens, it's just that impulse is just like that high stress level, which I don't want to be stressed, but it just makes you feel good once special stains is done and you actually see that your slides have stained appropriately and that, you know, the slides look good, everything came out good, and you actually was able to do everything successfully. It just makes you feel a little accomplishment in the inside. I don't know about you guys, but special stains never gets old to me. It's like one of those things like, okay, I'm on special stains today, I have to kill it, I have to rock it, I have to make sure if there's error, I have to make sure I'll be able to fix it really quick. And on a smaller scale, smaller labs, it's the same way. No difference whether it's in a big lab or a small lab. Doing special stains accurately and doing special stains efficiently is really, really important. And also to, you know, making sure everything is stained appropriately before the pathologist see it. So I would definitely have to say special stains is my favorite at the moment. Check out those playlists on my channel because I did a video, Histotech versus Histotechnician. So that way you know whether you're going to sit for the HT or the HTL. Just a key reminder, I am HT, but if you have a bachelor's degree already or you got all your sciences, you can definitely sit for HTL. As far as pay, it really depends on the facility that you work for. It just depends on the company that you work for, because a histotech can definitely do anything that a histotechnologist can do. And whenever you are in the state of Florida, for all my Florida people who are watching, Florida, you are licensed as a HTL, so that's a great thing. So, you know, just think about those things whenever you are sitting for the HT or the HTL. For if you feel like, you know, you've been a histotech for 3 years and you know you looking for another job and you want to bump up your pay like by $2 or $3 or more, then request that, ask for that whenever you go to apply for your other job, because what's the worst thing that can happen? You know, they can say, I can't pay this, but I can give you this, blah, you know, just like any job, any career, any profession. Whenever you are deciding if you're going to still do the program, just Google your schools, see how much the program costs, see if it's worth it, because if you already have a degree in health science, I'm pretty sure you have all your sciences, so you can pretty much go into it by sitting for the HTL. And that's one thing about histology. Histology every day is different, so that's one thing I love about histology. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going ahead and cut it short because I still have to edit and get this out to you guys. So on my next video, I want you guys to answer this Ascp question of the day. I'll go ahead and leave it right here at the end of the video, and you guys go ahead and drop the answer down below and we'll discuss that question in the next histology video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the lab.
Goodbye.